What's up, guys? Avatic here, and today I have for you the Scarlet Monastery Cathedral 1 pull. This video is going to be my walkthrough on how to successfully pull all of Cathedral in one pull each and every time. Not too stressful of an instance. We are going to experience a little bit of safe spotting, and what that means is we're positioning the mobs in a way where they cannot touch us. And the only two things that I can really say about this instance is you want to avoid slows, and you want to make sure you stay line of sight of the casters. If the casters hit you with either a frost slow or an arcane slow, you are going to have the ability to get out of it with one of two ways. If you're on the alliance, if you're gnome, you have escape artist, and two, if you have your PvP trinket. These are both great ways to get out of a slow, and they can save you each and every time. As you zone in, if you do have lower level team members with you, they most likely will pull this first mob. I always kill this first mob every time I zone in because I've had aggro issues in the past where I've pulled them and I go pull the whole instance, and then I come back and I ice block, and then they all start running towards the entrance. This is the spec I run. It's basically Frost and Arcane mix. You go all the way down into Barrier, and you go down all the way in Arcane to get Arcane Meditation. So basically this is the best mana regen spec you can run for AoE farming and even dungeon farming. So we're going to eat up here, and before we get into it, you're probably wondering how much EXP can you get in these dungeons. Well, if you're running a group full of people between 21 and 42, it's roughly 100k EXP an hour, and it's roughly 30 gold an hour if you're running Cathedral and also Army in the same lockout. Now, this safe spot was taught to me by a streamer you may know, Arleus. He's become a really good friend of mine over the time of streaming on Twitch, and I give this dedication to him as him showing me the safe spot, which I use in this video. The first four mobs, I will always rank 1 Arcane Explosion to gather them up. I will then frost over them so that I have a great chance to just jet for the Cathedral door. They're going to serve another purpose though. They're also going to pull everything on the right side in the lower level of the courtyard, which makes it very easy to make sure we get all the mobs each and every time. Now, I want to get to this door as fast as possible, but I don't like to blink inside of the fountain because there's a lot of pathing issues. So I'll wait till I get out of the fountain before I blink up to the door. Now, you'll notice that I open this door and don't have any mobs on me at all, which is great. I'm getting a good head start on these guys. So as I come in, I start for the left side of the entrance of the cathedral. I stay on this gold trim of the rug each and every time. I'm going to basically do a box around the entrance. I don't pull the boss because that is not going to be a good ending, and half these mobs that you're pulling past the boss anyways will just reset once you run them down to the lower of the courtyard. You want to make sure that you're always keeping on Mana Shield, Ice Ward, and Ice Barrier at all times. As you're coming out of the cathedral, you can rank 1 Fire Blast or counterspell the outer mobs, but as we come back up, we'll make sure that we get them again. We're going to drop off the fountain, and then we're going to head into the right side. Don't worry about these two mobs as much. You can Arcane Explosion them, but the mobs usually get pulled as they come down the staircase. Now, when you're going around the outside of the lower side of the courtyard, you want to make sure you're staying close to the pillars as possible. This is the line of sight, the instant cast slow by the casters, and also to avoid any incoming frost bolts. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly what not to do if you do choose to stay on the outer side. You increase your risk of getting hit by a frost bolt, and definitely the slow as you've just seen there, which I immediately had to trinket because these guys are running very fast behind you and they will catch up to you. As we speed it back up, we're going to go up the staircase and we're going to go to the right, and you'll notice that I do a little trick here to gain a little bit of distance here. I'm going to jump between the pillars at a 45-degree angle so I can get a little bit of extra space between myself and the mobs. Now I'm holding my blink here so when we go down the stairs I could aggro these mobs and then blink past them so we can get max range of the casters that are trying to cast frost bolts on you. See, if you forgot a mob coming out of the cathedral, you can just rank 1 Fire Blast or Arcane. You can counterspell them as well. You saw me do the 45-degree jump through the pillar again. And the most important blink right here. We're going to blink down the stairs so that we can avoid any incoming instant cast slows or frost bolts. We jump here on the safe spot. Bandage up the full if you need to. Right before the mobs hit you, throw an ice block. And now, if the mobs pile up in between this red tile here, you're pretty much good to go. And as soon as your ice block comes down, you're going to want to Nova everything into place. Now, every now and again, someone will resist. And it's not the end of the world. As you see here, all you have to do is just slightly fall off the fountain ledge and then let him run back and position the blizzard right accordingly. Now, you're going to watch out for this bush right here. It's a very important bush. You do not want the mobs to get past it by any means. If they get past the tree, they're going to do a weird pathing issue, and it's going to cause them to separate, which you do not want them to do. As you see here, we jump back up on the ledge, reapply max rank blizzard, and just as they come up to that tree, we're going to fall off, and we're going to redo a new max rank blizzard. Now, on this time, I'm going to show you guys what happens if you do let them get past the tree, or the bush, I'm sorry. It's not the end of the world, but it does cause issues eventually. As these guys path out, you see them sprint. Luckily, I'm still in the mid-cast channeling the max rank blizzard, and they ended up getting slowed anyways. Now here's the fun part. They're all splitting up, and everything is dying. Everyone is getting amazing EXP, and everything is about to be looted. You have great chance at blues here. Scarlet chest piece is the most fought after item here. Could range anywhere from 10 to 30 gold depending on your server. At one time it was 60 gold on Incendius. Now once everything is dead, you're pretty much good to go. At this point we would just end up looting all the mobs and start making our way to exit outside of the instance for a new reset. Well guys, that's going to wrap it up today for the Scarlet Monastery Cathedral 1 pool. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time today to watch this video. If any of you guys have any questions, you can let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe. I plan to be uploading videos each and every week, so this way you'll be notified. But until then guys, see you in the next one.